Hi folks, Ken Ring of www.predictweather.com. There's a few things happening at the moment. Snow has just fallen over the last day or so in the Remarkables, which are the snowfields of the South Island of New Zealand, just as we said it would come in this first week of the month because of that moon being right in the south. That's when we get our snow in this part of the world. There's also a geomagnetic storm underway at the moment after a high-speed solar wind. A gust of that hit the Earth's magnetic field 2 days ago on May the 2nd. Now, that should bring more earthquake activity whenever that solar wind gets higher than about 500. Don't be surprised if we get some of that. The cold is going to abate a little bit later in the week. We always get the cold around the southern declination and just as the moon starts to trek to the north. So it could be a bit warmer by the weekend, but at the moment there's a jet stream coming up from the bottom of the South Island and pulling all sorts of colder air up over New Zealand from the south. There's also a cold front coming up over the southeast of Australia, and it's going to be affecting the southeastern states there. In Ireland, you've had most of the rain for this week already. I'm talking about the first week of May, but there will be a bit more at times before the weekend. But the next big rain spell should be around the middle of the month in about 10 days' time. That's going to be overnight rain. It's going to be about the new moon period. Altogether, I think only about 3 to 9 significant rain events in all of May. And why I say that is because it's going to be different in different counties. For instance, there's going to be more down in Cork. And after the 11th, I think only 2 or 3 rain days can be expected for the rest of the month. And one of those is going to be around the 21st. And there's going to be a chance of a passing fall in the southern counties around the 29th. But really, that's not going to be all over the country. And I would say from the 19th onwards for Ireland, 19th of May, it's going to be mostly fine, and you'll feel the summer sort of arrived really in the last week of May. That's good news. The moon rose last night just after 9:15 in the southeast. It reached its highest point around 5 a.m. this morning, and it's going to be setting around lunchtime. And as you can see in the model there, it's at its highest point there at 5 a.m. Just before the sun rises, a couple of hours actually before the sun rises. And when the moon's high in the sky early in the morning, at the moment, means the sky is fairly clear, and so it's quite cold because the heat can go straight up without getting stopped by clouds. That's typical of this particular phase at the moment. So it's not usually a time for fogs, not as much as at between the first quarter and the full moon, but there could be frosts because the ground will cool right down with that heat from the ground shooting straight up into space. Ken Ring, PredictWeather.com. Thanks for watching.